What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another video for you guys. Now this video is not the typical type of video that I would react to, but I just had to bring it to you guys. I want to get your thoughts on this Indian woman. She is all over social media, baby. This woman is now facing a hate crime investigation for calling a black woman the N-word basically 9 times. So they're saying that she used the N-word 9 times within 12 seconds. And I'm going to play the clip that I have for you guys, and also a clip of what some people had to say about this. It looked to me as if she was just trying to get a reaction out of her, but let me know y'all thoughts. I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. Here we go.
Bet I won't where you got up. I'm sitting going into a asking if you good. You been staring at me
with your fake eyelashes.
I don't
get out of my face, you getting
you want me to put hands on you so bad now.
Now, before we move on to what others had to say, it just seems to me like, you know, and this was all over a parking space from the article that I read and from the reports that are out here. Allegedly, this woman's name is Natasha Chan. She's 34 years old. She's a suspect in a potential hate crime investigation for, you know, calling this woman the N-word about 9 times. Social media has blown this up. It's gone viral. It's all over. It's on news platforms. People have her face posted everywhere. So people have found out where this lady worked. They got her license plate number. They even leaked her address online, which I would never recommend you do something like that. But when it comes to social media, they take it there when it's something like this. And I just think, you know, we don't have any other, you know, of the video to see what actually transpired or what was said, but allegedly this was all over a parking spot. So it was a parking spot, and I guess it was an issue there, and then, you know, the N-word was spewed 9 times, and you could see in that video she was trying to get a reaction out of this woman. Regardless to what sparked the encounter, she clearly was trying to get a reaction. I mean, and you know, it's just what it is. And you know, but before I continue, we're gonna go ahead and play some clips of what some other people had to say, and then I want you guys to chime in. What's your thoughts on this whole situation? Let's go ahead and finish the video. Here we go.
Natasha, you knew better not to call that lady the N-word, but you doubled down. So now we finna double down. If you guys have not heard, this is Natasha Chan. And she got into an altercation with a black woman. And in that video, you hear Natasha clearly saying the N-word about 10 times. Now, in my opinion, that lady was trying to provoke that black woman so that black woman could put her hands on you. And as soon as hands got put on you, you would have definitely called the police and cried wolf. So we finna do you one a little bit better. Now, a lot of you guys are saying that Natasha works at Kaiser in Oakland, or maybe Kaiser in Pinole. After a little bit of digging, she might actually work at Bank of the West. Either way, you calling someone an N-word or a racial slur over a parking spot is wild. I would not advise you guys to go to her job. I would not advise you guys to go to her house, even though you guys have posted her address and her license plate. At the end of the day, karma gonna spin that block real quick. And when it does, don't get your ass on here crying talking about some I need help.
Now, people were saying, before we move on to the next, you know, part of this video, people were saying, a lot of women were shocked, like, you know, that this Indian woman, who is a woman of color, they're shocked that she would spew such hatred in her, you know, by calling another woman, a black woman, the N-word. But honestly, like I said before, I wasn't shocked. I was not shocked. You know, whether you realize it or not, there are some Indian people who do not like black people. I don't know if that's a shock to you guys, but it's not a shock to me. There are some, and I'm not going to put every Indian person in that category, but there are some of them that don't like black people. And we got to realize that a lot of this is self-hatred. It's a lot of internal hatred amongst people, because if you really think about it, in the Indian culture, they have a caste system, right? Where it's an issue with darker skinned individuals in their own culture. So even in the particular woman whose alleged name is Natasha Chan, she is on the darker side, to where in her own culture, she might be looked down on or treated differently because of the color of her skin. And, you know, I always say, listen, hate people, hurt people hurt people. And if that is an issue that she may be allegedly facing in her own culture, then it would make sense that she would spew that to others, because it's an internal hatred that a lot of them may have for themselves because of the way they're treated. And once again, in the Indian culture, there's definitely an obsession and hatred of the darker, the more melanated Indian people in their culture. They're not the ones, there are people who disown their own families for dating other darker individuals, or even dating black men, like the women or any of them who date outside of their race. Some, Indians who date black men or black women, they're, some of them are disowned. They really don't want to have anything to do with them if they decide to date black people, because they don't want to be associated with a darker skinned person. To them, I guess that's beneath them. It's an issue within the Indian culture itself. So, and in this particular woman, you could see that people were saying in the comments that she's darker than a lot of black people, and she is. So based on their culture, we can come to the conclusion that she's probably looked down on in her own culture, and she just decided to take that out on somebody else that she thought she felt comfortable taking it out on. But you got to remember, we're in the day and age of social media, and so everything is recorded. People record everything, and now she's probably ducking and hiding because, people are, it's out there and she can't run from it. This can affect her livelihood. It can affect her job. It can affect everything about her livelihood, because this is not going to go away and people are going to see this. So she's going to have a hard time. But yeah, once again, I was not shocked. I'm just saying, but let's continue.
Okay, y'all. So did y'all see that video of a black woman and an Indian woman getting into it? They was arguing back and forth in the Walmart parking lot. And the Indian woman I think it was a Walmart parking lot. I don't know. Don't quote me. But they was going back and forth. But the Indian woman was calling the black woman with the hard R. Mm-hmm. And she just kept calling her that over and over and over again. And so now the Indians is racist and they don't like black people. So that's what we're talking about here. So now they got a problem with black people.
It's not shocking, honestly. I'm not shocked.
And you know what? I think? I think that other ethnicities, because I'm not going to say other races because we're all humans, supposed to be. But I think other ethnicities that call black people the hard R think that they are YT. They classify themselves probably as YT. They feel like the YT people, they feel like they're one of them.
Listen, I think that there's probably a little bit of truth to that. There's some truth to that. Everybody, wants to, be white, to be honest. Not I say everybody, but some people do. They want to feel like they're more closer to whiteness because they feel that there's a benefit to it. And as black individuals, black people are looked at in many cases the lower class of society because of the color of your skin. So I think there is some truth to that. I mean, that's why I said I'm not surprised. And once again, I don't think that it's everybody, but there's definitely some who are in that category. And so, yeah, to me, I just think it was easier for this woman to use that word because she was using it to hurt. She was clearly using it to trigger this woman, and a lot of people do that to black people because they know that a lot of black people are easily triggered. They know that as soon as you say that to them, it automatically triggers them and it triggers a response. And if they can get you to react and out of character and do something that you're gonna regret, then they got you. It's a I got you moment. You know what I'm saying? And this is why as black people, you can't be triggered by that. You can't, for the people who are triggered by the N-word, you gotta stop allowing that word to affect you in a negative way. And I know it could be hard because of the history of the word, but you have to really work on getting to a place to where that doesn't offend you. As long as people think that they can use that to trigger you, they will. As long as they believe that that word has deep ties to who you are and you've accepted it and allow it to trigger you, they're going to continue to do it. And, you know, it is what it is. Once again, we can only speculate about why she decided to use that in such a way, like she didn't give a damn. And I guess speculate on how this is all going to turn out for her. I don't know, you know, but what do you guys think? I just wanted to share it. Listen, y'all give me y'all thoughts. Y'all give me y'all perspective. What do y'all think about this situation of her using that word 9 times? I mean, she just was letting it out. She didn't care. I just want to get y'all thoughts. Y'all chime in. Let me know what y'all think of this. Do y'all think she should lose her job over this? What's your thoughts? Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.